So you may keep telling the sutras, Vishnu's, and then which sutra? Sararanga Vishnu Sarga. Vishnu, Au. Here, which sutra will be applied? Anyone? Haritau. Okay, first of all, E U Ramanto Hari Sangya. The words which end in E or U, they are known as Hari words. A Hari word. So even this Vishnu, because it ends with the short U, so this is known as a Hari word. So all the sutras which were applied for Hari, the word Hari, will be applied for Vishnu also. So Haritau Purva Savarnaha, and Dashavtara Ekatmake Militva Vikramah, Vishnu, and just here, which sutra? Anyone? Harir Govindo Dasi Vrishneshu Buddhicha. So Udvaisa O Govinda. Us O Av. We combine them. Vishnu and Sararamyaru Vishnu Sarga Vishnu Padante. Vishnu, sorry. O Av. Okay, Vishnava. Vishnava. Then 2.1 is Vishnu Dashavtara Damshasor Ramaharaha. So Vishnu 2.2. 2.2 is same like 1.2. So Vishnu 2.3 will be Vishnu Shas. Dashavtarad Amshasor Ramaharaha. दशावतारस्य त्रिविक्रमस्य तस्मात् सोनः पुंसि. Vishnu. Vishnu. Haritashthana न तो लक्ष्म्याम. Vishnu now. These are all sutras. Means if you are confused, then you can refer to them. Then this is simple. Vishnu. Here no sutra is required. Just combination. Vishnu. Sorry. His. So again Vishnu Bhis and Sararami Vishnu Sarga Vishnu Vedanta. Vishnu Bhis. So May. Which sutra will be applied here?
गोविंदा वाला लगे.
Govinda. So Vishnu A. Abhi. Now.
अब विष्णवे.
No. And we put A. Vishnave. That 4.2 is simple Vishnu Dhyan. 4.3 is Vishnu Bhyas. So Bhyas and Sararami. Then 5.1 will be Vishnu Masi. Okay, which sutra?
हरे गोविंदो जसी विष्णुषु बुद्धे च.
So is this Jasi, Vrishni or Buddha?
It's a Vrishni.
Why?
Nasi, na, Nasi, ne, Nas, Ni. All these are Vrishnis.
Why they are Vrishnis? Which sutra?
I think it is definition Nasi. The words starting with na.
Means in the pratyaya
Something like that.
Nito Vrishni Sangya. Means
So Vrishni Sangha.
in the pratyas where this na is getting is used as an indicatory letter. So that is known as Vrishni. So Vishnu, us, and no, and then one new sutra was there. Eobhyam Nasingosor Ramahara, right? You got it?
Vyam Nasi, yes.
Eobhyam Nasingosor Ramahara. So Aram got deleted and then Vishnu Sararam. So 5.2 is same. Vishnu Bhyam. 5.3 is same. Vishnu Pyaha. Then 6.1 is like 5.1. So Vishnu, same sutras. 6.2 will be O's. Which sutra will be applied here? Any new sutra? Or no new sutra?
Udvayam va, U will become va.
That's all?
Then Sara Ramayor Vishnu Sargo Vishnu Padante.
Yes, yes. Vishnu Bhava. Then 6.3 is Vishnu. Vishnu. Vamana Gopi Radha Vinodami. And Vishnu Nam. So Vamanasya Trivikramo Nami, that sutra. Vishnu Nam. Vishnu Nam. Yes, Vishnu Nam. Then 7.1. Vishnu. Which sutra here?
Ouch.
Haritam Ouch. Vishnu. This me is replaced by ouch, and then what will happen? When this cha gets deleted or is an indicatory letter, then what happens?
Samsarasya Haraschiti.
Yes, so U of Vishnu will be deleted and we combine them.
Vishnu.
Vishnu. 7.2 is same like 6.2. So Vishnu 7.3 is Vishnu. So this is simple. Vishnu, we combine them, and then Ishvara Harimitra Kongapya. Pratyavimcha Sasya Shu. Vishnu Shu. 8.1. Su. What was that sutra? Hare Govinda Disi Vrishnu Shubhadyacha and Eo Vamanebhya Buddhasya Darshanam Vishnu. 8.2 is Vishnu. So it is same Harito Purva Savaranaha Dashavtarasya Dashavtarikatmakem Ritva Trivikramaha. So Vishnu. Vishnu. And 8.3 is like 1.3. Vishnu. Just. Vishnu. Us. Vishnu. Sorry. Oav, and then we combine them. Vishnu was and Sararam and Vishnu Sarva. So this was the table for Vishnu masculine. So anything, any confusion on anything here? Okay, let's play one game here. Vishnu is okay? Everyone?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 7, 8. So now Guru, the word Guru is like Vishnu. Okay. So please, whether you see the forms or you tell by yourself, same forms, just different word, like Vishnu. So what will be 1.1 of Guru?
Guru.
Guru. And 1.2?
Guru.
Guru. 1.3?
Gurava.
Guravaha.
Gurava.
2.1?
Guru.
Guru. 2.2?
Same. Guru.
2.3?
Gurun.
Yeah, Vande Gurun Ish Bhaktan. Yes? Vande. Even Vande Ham Shri Guru, Shri Uttapada Kamalam, Shri Gurun. So that is it, this 2.3. Then 3.1? Guru. So here this will be this Nina, Rasha Vidya. Then 3.2?
Guru Bhyam.
Yes. 3.3?
Guru Bhi.
Yes. Guru. 4.1?
Gurave.
Gurave Gaurachandraya. You heard that prayer? Gurave Gaurachandraya. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Gurave Gaurachandraya. Then 4.2?
Guru Bhyam.
This is same. Then this one 4.4. 3. Sorry.
Guru Bhyaha.
5.1.
Guroh.
Guroho. This is not Vande Guroho. That is 6.1. So this is 5.2.
Same. Guru Bhyam.
This one, Guru
Same.
Bhya. This one is,
Guru.
this is Vande Guru Shri Charnaradam, Guru of Guru. Okay, this is from Guru. This is unto Guru. This is by Guru. This is to Guru. This is Guru, subject. So same meanings, only the vachan, gender changes. Not gender, the ling, vachana changes. Okay, this 6.2?
Guru Voho.
Yes, yes. Guru, this one? Guru,
Guru Naam.
Guru Naam.
Guru. 7.1? Guru.
Guru.
Guru. यस्य 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 देवे पराभक्ति यथा देवे तथा गुरौ. So this is in Guru.
GU.
I'm sorry.
GURAU.
Yes, Gurau. Yasya deve parabhakti yatha deve tatha Gurau. You can check in Vedabhas also. So this
It
is.
is GARU. It is.
Oh, okay, sorry, really sorry. Gurau. And 7.2. Gur
Guru Voho.
Goho. And 7.3.
Guru Shu.
Gurushu Narmati, right? Is that the verse or something else? Gurushu Narmati? Vedabhas, 1 minute.
Yes, Guruji. Arche Adhir Guru Shu Naramati.
Yeah, just I didn't thought that I will tell this. Just by chance it appeared. Guru Shu Guru Shu Nar. Yeah, Guru Shu. So see, Guru Shu. Even Vishnu is here. Vishnu, 7.1. Vishnu. And Guru Shu is 7.3. This is Vaishnava 7.1. Yeah, so like that, Guru Shu 7.3. In Gurus, because Gurus are generally many for one person, Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru. One more thing I was thinking, just out of context, related to Guru, that Gurus are always expected to be more than one for one individual. It means that how much training each individual needs, that many Gurus are recommended. Okay, and then 8.1 Sambodhana.
Guru.
Any example? Any? I don't know. Okay, and this one? (8.2)
Guru.
And this?
Gurava.
Yeah. So, okay. So words like Sindhu is also same like Guru. Sindhu, Sindhu, Sindhavah, Sindhum, Sindhu, Sindhun, ityadi. Like that. Okay, so Guru or Vishnu is clear. Means we just need to work on the sutras, have a look on sutras, and at least remember all the forms. Then, if we remember, then we know what is what. Oh, Guru. Okay. So that was it. Tirasamrita Sindhu. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Vedati Swapadantikam. So Padmukni Mahaprabhu, we have, means we are also studying just a little. We have started this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu since
Okay.
2 weeks or so.
Okay.
Yeah, so like that. We have only covered 10 verses till now because the commentary for the first verse was very long. So today is Anya Abhilashita Shunya. So,
Wow. Doing the right things.
I'm sorry?
I missed, although I missed the first 10 verses, but at least I'm joining from the right place.
Anyhow, so we had studied this Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. So again, Anya Abhilashita Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Dadati Swapadantikam. Anyabhilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadhyanavritam Anukulyana Krishnanu Shilanam Bhaktiruttama. So last time we had somewhat studied the meanings of each word, like Anyabhilashita Shunyam, especially Jnana Karmadhyanavritam. And then we had studied also about Anukulyana and Anushilanam. So let's see what the commentary says. So, अथ तस्या लक्षणम वदन एव ग्रंथम आरभते अन्या इति. So in this 10th verse, basically the book, the content or the topic is beginning from this verse onwards, because prior to this verse was just an introduction, obeisances, the Mangala Charan. So the actual content or the actual topic is beginning from this verse onwards, and the book itself begins by mentioning the symptoms, the lakshan of tasya, kasyaha. This is, just a way in the Sanskrit field. Like when commentary says tasyaha, tasya means of her. So it's like kasyaha, of whom? Who can answer this? This is like Sanskrit Bharati style. Kasyaha lakshanam.
Lakshana of Bhakti. Lakshana of Bhakti.
Lakshana?
Of Bhakti.
मुझे उत्तमा भक्ति.
Yeah, Uttama Bhakti actually. So Uttama Bhaktyaha. So we'll study 6.1 of Bhakti's Bhaktyaha. So Uttama Bhaktyaha Lakshanam Vadan Eva. So see, I'm supposing right now that you all know the Sandhi very well. So how did this double na is appearing here? Which sutra is applied here for this double na?
Amanat
Yes. So I'm just supposing at this stage that you all are well versed in Sandhi. So I will very rarely ask or tell something about Sandhi. And if anyone has anything to ask from Sandhi also, you can ask. But from my side, it will be very rare. Because if we discuss Sandhi, then other things we'll miss other things. Like that. So Grantham Arabhate, we are Arambha Karna, Arabhate. So with this verse, which starts with Anya Iti, which means Anya Abhilashita Shunya. Anushilanam Atra Kriya Shabd Vat Dhatu Artha Matram Uchyate. So basically, once I told you, maybe every word, whether it's a noun or it's a verb, the final word I'm talking about, Vishnupada, is made up of some verb originally. So if we know the meaning of the mool root, verbal root, then automatically we'll be able to figure out the meaning of the verb and also of the nouns, because basically the nouns are made up of the dhatu arthas. So if we check for anushilanam in the dictionary, so one thing is for anushilanam is constant practice, study, repeated and devoted service. This is not sure. So this anushilanam is made up of the word sheel. Sorry, the verbal root is sheel. So it means many things, which is to meditate, contemplate, to serve, worship, act, do, practice, make, uh, engaged in exercise, cultivate, like that. And anu means continuous, like anudinam, which means day after day. And what else? Anugaman. Anugaman means following someone. Anusaran, following someone. Anukaran, imitating someone. So anushilan means, so basically shilan means these things, and the commentary will describe more about this. So the thing which is being said by Jiva Goswami is that if we know the meaning of the root verb from which the words are made up of, then we'll be easily able to understand the meanings of the words. And one more thing in practical application, what I have observed is, means if you notice a same root at many places, then automatically you start connecting the words. It's like a web game. For example, I had studied Gurushu Narmati at some point of time, or heard even, and today we are discussing Gurushu. So automatically that connection was there, and it happened. So similarly, Anushilana. So can anyone tell the words which have this root Shila? Like I know from Kardama Muni and Devahuti Mata, third canto, that when who was father of Devahuti? Manu?
Swayambhuva Manu.
Swayambhuva Manu. Yeah. So when Swayambhuva Manu came with Mata Devahuti to Kardama Muni's place, so there is a verse which mentions that the Sheel or the Swabhav of Devahuti was similar to Kardamuni. Do you remember it?
Yes.
So there the word Sheela is mentioned, and Sheela there is Swabhava. So like that, if we are able to retain this the words which have the same roots, maybe slightly different meaning, but the roots are same many times, then we'll be able to start connecting the words, and it will make sense to us in due course of time. So anyhow, Anushilanam is like that. So dhatu artha cha dvividha. So the meaning of the dhatu, any dhatu, is of two types, dvividha. First is pravritti atmakah, pravritti nivritti atmakah. So one is pravritti atmakah, and second is nivritti atmakah. So what does it mean is kaya vak manasiyah tat tat cheshta rupah प्रीति विषाद आत्मकः मानसः tat tat bhav रूपः. So Pravritti and nivritti. Pravritti means to engage in something practically, pravritti. And nivritti is not to engage in a practical thing, like pravritti marg and nivritti marg. So pravritti marg means we engage in our prescribed karmas and so on actively. But nivritti marg is we sort of give up those practical work or karmas, and we are more into cultivation of knowledge and so on. So similarly, the dhatus, they are of two types, or each dhatu is having two meanings. One is pravritti atmakaha, which means the effort, the cheshta in the form or done by the body, kaya, done by vang, means the vani, and manasiya means from the mind. So this is pravritti atmakaha, a practical effort done, and nivritti atmakaha is bhav rupaha, which means it's not a practical effort being done, but it's an emotion and it's a feeling within. So what are those feelings like? Like priti, vishad. Priti means a sense of satisfaction, a sense of pleasure, and vishad means a sense of displeasure, moroseness, and so on, which appears in the mind. So, like that. Yeah. So here, सत्ता असत्ते तु परस्पर उपमर्दितत्वात् चेष्टा अंतर्गते एव. So basically, in this Anushilanam, now the word under consideration is Anushilanam. So in the Anushilanam word, the active portion is to, practice like this, is to serve, to worship, to practice. This is the active part in this Anushilanam. And what is the Nivritti part? To meditate, to contemplate. Are you getting my point? Means the active part of this dhatu is to worship someone, to serve someone, to practice something, to act. But the passive part is like meditation, contemplation, and so on. So, tat evam sati Krishna sambandhi Krishna artham va anushilanam iti tat sambandha matrasya tat arthasya va vivakshitvatvat guru padashrayadav. It means that after we understand the basic meaning or the two types of meaning of Anushilanam, Krishna Sambandhi, Krishna Artham va Anushilanam iti. We do Anushilan, we serve, we follow, we meditate, we contemplate. So Krishna Anushilanam means Krishna Sambandhi, those who are related to Krishna. So Anushilana can also relate to Krishna Sambandhi, those who are related to Krishna. Tadiya, actually, Tadiya. Krishna Sambandhi is the Tadiya. And Krishna Arthamba, or directly Krishna even. So following Guru Pad Ashraya Adu. So following the instructions of Guru, serving him, meditating upon his instructions, and so on, Adu, they are also under this category of Krishna Anushilanam. So when we speak about Krishna Anushilanam, so it's not a narrow concept. Krishna. There is one concept actually in Sanskrit. What is that concept? Avyapti dosh. Have you ever heard of that? Anyone?
Means Prabhuji, Definitely, like
Uh-huh.
in what I know is there are two doshas. One where the definition is like too much or too lengthy, or,
Over exaggeration.
and one is insufficient.
Yes, yes, you're right. So that uh, avyapti means the second means insufficient, let's say.
Hmm.
And second one is ativyapti.
Ati vyapti, yeah.
So that is like exaggeration. Exaggeration. Yeah. So if someone considers this, Jiva Goswami describes in his Harinama Mrita Vyakaran somewhere. So if someone considers Krishna, okay, basically, if we break Krishnanu Shilanam, if we undo the samasa, this is a samasa, a compound, so it will be uh, Krishnasya Anushilanam. Okay, so Anushilanam means a lot of things, but here let's say serving Krishna or following Krishna. So if someone takes the meaning of Krishna Anushilanam to be just following or serving Krishna, then as per Jiva Goswami's commentary, it is an avyapti dosha, which we are now studying right now. If someone takes Krishna Anushilanam to just mean following or serving Krishna, so this is known as avyapti dosha. Well, actually, Jiva Goswami gives very interesting meaning in Harinama Vyakaran to explain or to make it clear this concept. He gives the example of a cow. For example, if let's say Rasraj Gaur Prabhu has to explain what is cow to a new person, let's suppose that person is from some other planet, let's say Jupiter, and there is no cow in Jupiter planet. And if Prabhuji has to explain what is a cow, so let's suppose Rasaraj Gaur Prabhu will, explain to that person that cow is an animal. Okay, good. And cow is white. That's all. And also, cow is having 4 legs. Only this much. So is this sufficient information to exactly comprehend what is a cow? Rasaraj Gaur Prabhu?
No.
This is not sufficient because there are many animals who are white in color and who may be having 4 legs. So it needs a bit more clarification and elaboration, specific. So this is avyapti dosha, insufficient. So like that, if someone considers Krishna Anushilanam to be just following or serving Krishna and no one else, then there is an issue. So it means, and if let's say, if someone considers Krishna Anushilanam to be something like, okay, let's bring in the philosophy of Daridra Narayana. That even the Daridra fellow is Narayana himself, something like that. And we serve that Daridra person who is Narayana as per some school of thought. And they serve him. So then that thing will be Ativyapti of Krishna Anushilanam. Means it doesn't even mean that we have to follow or serve each and every individual. And it doesn't even mean that we have to just serve or follow Krishna. So there is a balance, which means Krishna and his pure devotees, Guru Pada Ashrayadu, like that. So Avyapti and Ativyapti. Anything? Anyone want to share here? Or yeah, okay. So like that. So tat sambandha matrasya tadarthasya va. So those who are related to Krishna, who are in relationship with Krishna, even to follow them, to serve them, to contemplate, meditate on their instructions is also Krishna Anushilanam. Guru, like for example, Guru Pada Ashraya and so on. भाव रूपस्यापि क्रोडीकृतत्वात् स्थायिनी व्यभिचारिषु च भावेषु na vyapti. So this na avyapti is the this one avyapti dosha. See na and avyapti. So this avyapti refers to this avyapti. So if we follow this commentary, so there will not be any avyapti dosh like that. एतत् च कृष्ण तद भक्त कृपया एव लभ्यम श्री भगवतः स्वरूप शक्ति वृत्ति रूपम अतः अप्राकृतम अपि कामादि वृत्ति तादात्म्येन एव आविर्भूतम इति ज्ञेयम्. 1 minute. Yes. So it means that this Anushilanam or this service is obtained, labhyam. I heard this labhyam word in some words. Labhyam. Anyhow. So this service, this Anushilan Bhav is obtained by the mercy, kripa of Krishna or the mercy of Tad Bhakta. Tad Bhakta means Krishnasya Bhakta, kripaya. So this mercy, this Anushilana, this service is received by Krishna or Krishna's devotees. And Shri Bhagavataha Sarupa Shakti Vritti. And it is the potency, no, or it is Vritti. What does Vritti means? It is a state, let's say, or what else? Vritti. Or it's a form of the Swarupa Shakti of the Supreme Lord. The service, this devotional service, Anushilanam, is nothing but the form or the transformation of the spiritual potency. Ataha, therefore it is aprakrita, it is non-material. Prakrita means material and aprakrita means non-material. But even though it is non-material, it appears avirbhutam. It appears how? It appears through actually in this commentary, in this edition, it is written Kamadi, but I have one edition by one of the Gaudiya Math and it says Kayadi. So if we take the meaning Kaya Adi, that means the body and so on. But if we take the meaning Kama, yeah, even this can also mean, because Bhaktivinoda Thakur says Krishna Kam Arpane. What is that? Kama Krishna Arpane, right? How does that go? Kama Krishna Arpane. Dvesha Bhakti Jane. Bhakti Jane. Kama Krishna. Krishna. Anyhow, so even though this the devotional service is aprakrita because it is the transformation of the form of Sarupa Shakti of the Lord. Still, it manifests or it appears through the material tendencies of a living entity, not a living entity of living entity in a conditioned state. Like in the Krishna book, in the 10th canto, I think it's chapter 88, 89, or 90, either of them. So there is that chapter named Shruti, the glorification of the Supreme Lord by the Shrutis. Has anyone of you read that chapter? Glorification of the Supreme Lord by the Shruti Shastras. So there, the Shruti Shastras the prayers of the personified Vedas, 87th. So in this chapter, there is a very wonderful question asked by the Vedas, that if the senses are material, then how can the spiritual being, means the Supreme Lord, be achieved by a non-spiritual thing? Because the sadhana we perform, or any act we perform using our senses as an object, as an instrument actually, which are material. So how can a material thing lead us to something non-material, which is impossible in one sense? So Jiva Goswami here clarifies that even though our lust and so on, they are material, our body, mind, words, they are material, but still the service to Sri Krishna appears through these many means or these many instruments, and still the service retains its potencies, which is being a spiritual energy, and it does not get affected by anything. Rather, our tendencies, calm, krodh, and so on, and our senses become purified, which is the next verse, Rishikena Rishikesh Sevanam. So like that, Avirbhutam iti Jnayam. Agre tu Spashti Karishyate. So this topic will be clarified, Spashti Karishyate Agre, in the coming verses or in the coming sections. So Krishna Shabdah cha atra swayam bhagavata Shri Krishna se tadrupanam cha anyasham api grahakah. So in this verse, Krishna does not only refers to Krishna himself, but it also refers to the other incarnations, the other forms of Shri Krishna. So devotional service can doesn't only mean for Krishna only, but it also can be done to the other forms of Shri Krishna. Anyesham api grahakah. Taratamyam cha agre vivechaniyam. But the differences between them, the different statuses, differences or gradations of those incarnations, those forms will be discussed in great detail ahead. So this was the commentary for Anushilanam only. Then tomorrow we'll study the commentary for Anukulyam from here. Yes. So anything you want to share or something? Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.